Oh, hello there. I didn't see you, the internet. It is Tuesday night and we are live, and that means it has got to be go time for a great night. I'm Brian Brushwood, joined as always right here by my BFF in AUS. He's the BES. It's JRY.
Just hell yeah. What's up?
Man, it feels like minutes ago that we did exactly this. But I must say, no frames were dropped in the beginning of this program.
Nope. No frames.
Only the real heads know what. So a video is constantly dunking on audio.
Yeah.
Is live dunking on video?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. No edits. We're live.
Live's just like, you don't know what they're even referring to.
Yeah, no, live is
Or
just...
does he, what's his voice?
Live is just like...
So,
yeah, hi, Dylan.
Oh, all right.
Or curious.
I don't think anyone can hear the... I think
What do
it's
you mean?
just dead air.
No. Yeah, no, but I'm live.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
So in this scenario, are you the...
I'm live.
Yeah.
Video's bullshit.
Okay, but...
Yeah.
Okay, but
Like, what are you going to do? Edit it? This is live.
Well, yeah.
Ryer, yeah. No, we're live in the cloud.
Okay.
Yeah.
So literally live is just personifying everything that's awful about bad streamers.
BioCow, yeah. Deja vu, right?
All right.
Yeah.
No, killing me. All right. No. This is the last time we ever encounter this character. It never happened. I swear to God, I will edit live out.
Fearless free, no frames were harmed during the making of this episode. That's great.
Killing me. No. I'm not here for any
Thanks
of
for
this.
the donation.
All right. Annalisa, how have you been? This is my new character, talking to people.
To kill the character?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Yeah, smart. My wife does this all the time.
Does she kill
Just
characters?
do any. Oh God, she. Like if you've ever listened to me and be like, wow, it'd be great to spend a lot of time with Justin. He'd just make up so many characters. That's my wife's hell.
Yeah.
Like at some point she found it charming. That was gone.
Oh, so
over a decade ago.
At what point did you realize that none of your characters were making the cut? And in fact, there was no cut. There was only a Pink Floyd's The Wall style meat grinder for all of the children that you were
When I
birthing.
realized that she will kill the character she laughs at because she knows I won't stop.
Yeah.
She won't live with her husband. She'll live with the character that will just keep ramming his head into her life over and over again.
I assume she learns to never laugh at a character.
Never
for
laugh
fear.
at anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's like a huge thing. And
But see, then that means that your incentives are aligned. So the moment you get then that becomes the new laughter.
Yeah, look, preventative, broken window theory, not laughing has its costs too, but that's the route she's chosen. Can I ask you a question if you remember something?
Yeah.
Do you remember when we did a comedy album and we had a bit about the best brand for being hated?
Oh, yeah.
And then Tropics Carson did the remix.
Yep.
And that song went like, if you wanted everybody in the world to hate you.
That's a great brand for being hated.
You would be the guy who loves
Hitler. That's a great
perfectly predicted Kanye West in 2025.
Well, except for does everyone hate him? Or because it's like, I know some people hate him, but then an awful lot of people weirdly silent. We're weirdly like,
let's not get into whether or not the song is really catchy. but I mean, most people hate him. It's a great brand for being hated.
Yeah.
More people hate him than didn't hate him before. If he was just making regular music, do you think he'd be... I think he's less popular now.
He is exactly the same amount of popular in my world. He has not gone up or down. But then again, you are my number one source of Kanye
I am telling
fandom.
you that it's a great brand for being hated.
Is there a new dust up? Is there a new thing that happened? Or
are you not aware of his new single?
As of how many hours?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I think I had heard. Wait, what does he say in the single?
The chorus.
is
Heil Hitler.
oh, Jesus Christ. Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Holy shit.
Yeah. The chorus is Heil Hitler.
Holy shit.
And then Hitler just talks at the end of the song in German.
For reals?
Yeah.
So he rips off 2 of our tracks.
Yep.
What does he play the Mexican half dance underneath it too? Fuck this guy. He's a thief.
Yeah.
There's sampling and then there's this. Come on,
I'm just
man.
telling you, it's a great brand for being hated. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
He's
not
the
digging
guy
it.
who loves Hitler.
Yeah.
Hitler.
Yeah. That's
I'm gonna say, cheers to us, man. We nailed it. We were way ahead of the game.
yeah.
Somebody actually went for it. And
Yeah.
it was Kanye.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a thought experiment for us. We're
Next,
geniuses.
what's next? Rand Paul proposes a stake-backed currency.
I've never wished more that I had a Rand Paul impression.
Just just lay there while I punch you in the chest
Oh my God.
over landscaping.
I still don't know. Whenever I know somebody, I meet somebody in specifically who works in the Senate, I'm like, you know, people in Rand Paul's office. And then if they say yes, I'm like, what really happened? Come on. No one gets their lung punctured over the lawn.
I mean, from what chatter?
2 things get your lung punctured like that.
Snitching?
Money and because your mom's in the chat. Women.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Money and women.
Yeah. All
That's
right.
the only reason why a dude gets beat so bad his lung gets punctured.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than that, some pushes, some like, hey, buddy, you better knock it off. Well,
I don't know, dude. Neighbor beef goes to some next level shit.
It does.
When you have to say and do stupid and then marinate in it and then wait as cocktail party after cocktail party, people whisper, sniggering around. I had to be real careful how I said that. Whisper hit all around you. And then
Do you say
eventually
that they'd be cheap about it? Maybe niggardly?
This is true. So back to Kanye.
Yeah, no, there was, so my mom and her boyfriend used to live in this condo association in South Florida, and her boyfriend Tim is a really, really nice guy, but he's like this old hippie kind of guy. He's played in bands his entire life, and like he has this like real like, hey man, like kind of voice, like, hey, how you doing? It's like the most pleasant, like melodical voice. But the only time I've ever heard him like angry was neighbor beef. Was this dude who lived down the block from us named Hans. And he would just be talking like, hey, it's a beautiful day. You know, we live in a world where it'd be a lot better if everybody got along. Unlike that effing a-hole Hans. You know, he's just a piece of garbage. The worst that life has ever produced. Scum of the earth that I wish, you know, I wake up every day hoping they find his corpse. Do you want breakfast? Like he was
Maybe
that
I wish
angry.
they didn't find his corpse.
He was angry about that kind of stuff. No, he would want to know he's dead. If he just went missing, it wouldn't be enough.
Oh no! I figured he was the one that killed him.
Oh, yeah.
Like if they found the corpse, then he did something wrong.
No,
Yeah.
you're right. If he was okay with it just disappearing, you know he had something to do with it.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess peripherally Rand Paul related. That
We're doing a theme episode.
Yeah, that Reason interview comes out tomorrow.
Oh,
That'll be a pretty big promotion for World's Greatest Con.
Yeah.
Did I pitch you my idea to take? Okay, so we did the one World's Greatest Con that we made with the motion graphics for that we put on Monologue, and it did really well.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think of like literally any visual besides we did the reel to reel. Turns out 3.5 hours of a reel to reel and watching a little needle dance. Better than nothing. Not the most arresting visual.
For the modern Rogue, which is where the video is posted,
right.
was not up to snuff.
Well, I mean, it was fine. It was fine. Right?
Fine.
Better was the motion graphic stuff, but that was weeks and weeks and weeks, right?
Yeah.
So
extremely well done.
Yes,
but took 2 people and took a month and a half, if not more.
Exactly. Yeah. And also, the 2 people ran out of steam, and then yes. So I was thinking,
yes, there were. It's an hour and change. And there were a lot more motion graphics in the first 5 minutes.
Yep, which is as it should be.
Yeah,
because
once you're in, you're in.
By the way, we're listening to all the clickety clacks.
Yeah.
But the
thanks, co-host.
But the
didn't know this was NPR with all the clicks and clacks, babe. Come on, car talk.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I thought you were going for like Radio Lab sound effects or whatever. No, we're going back.
Trying to find out how to replace the alternator on a 1982 Gremlin, babe. Okay.
And multiple layers too, because it's gotta be Dennis Miller for some reason dropping a car talk reference on NPR. By way, that's how we mention that blessed Ryer who's live switching forgot to mute his mic. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We got layers,
babe.
Speaking of, so I was trying to think of a simple visual that will make people not want to look away. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try taking episode 1 of season 2 and playing that audio. And it's just going to be a 3-camera shoot during that 45 minutes. I'm going to pressure wash the set of Scam Nation, all of that wood.
Oh, so you do like the brain rot, just a thing to see while.
Like, what are you gonna not watch this pressure washing while listening to this excellent podcast?
Yeah,
and then if that works, then welcome to Chores, the podcast.
Oh yeah,
these curtains that are all wrinkled. What if they became steamed while we listen to an episode of World's Greatest Con, et cetera, et cetera? We'll see.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it'd be good. I mean, obviously we're very, very proud of the audio. It's crazy though now that everything you have to kind of think of it as video.
Boy, YouTube certainly would love it if your podcasts were on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the YouTube Premium audio experience isn't bad. Like there's a few albums I've listened to that way.
I think that, it's always weird when podcasts have never been something that people have taken seriously enough that like a gigantic money entity has said, let's hire the best people in the world to build a best-in-class experience. Apple never did it.
Yeah.
YouTube never. So Google never did it. It's always, there's a reason why podcast fans have their favorite apps that do exactly what they want. But no one's ever, Spotify is certainly not doing it, but yet they're the biggest platforms by like osmosis, because the hardcore podcast crowd is never going to be as big as the people who like music or like TV, I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens with YouTube. But now everything is video. I mean, I don't know. It would be worth it to think of a video first solution for the World's Greatest Con episode that we're working on now.
There might. I'm just now having this idea, so maybe we could chase this whimsy, maybe not. I wonder if it would be worth it to literally record the episode with cameras on.
Yeah.
And do it as, with walk and talks and because I don't know. Just so that it could be condensed into a TV show, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be the question is, are we making a video version of you recording it?
Or is it just, the podcast is just the audio of a TV show?
Yeah, and that's hard. It's hard for something like this that is so rich audio focused. Like that was kind of the DNA of it when it began. But
that's right.
But then again, I got back on my hardcore history bull this weekend, I was just like, I don't know, man. Sound effects are stupid.
Which, by the way, was give or take the advice that Dan Carlin gave us.
We've gotten. All right. So this is it goes into the Hall of Fame. This is all right. When
we're officially tied enough to. I think we're tight enough with Dan that we could say
in the same realm of us getting an email with Ira Glass asking for how to succeed in podcasting and him saying, well, just do, this is simple, dead simple. Do what I did. Sell your podcast to the New York Times. That's what I did with my podcast, Serial.
That's right.
And
it's a good idea.
And it was like, great. That's awesome. Thank you for this actionable advice. We similarly got advice from the legend, the absolute legend who informed so much of World's Greatest Con and has been a huge help to it. Dan Carlin, who was just like, this is great. This is an amazing podcast. Eventually, you'll just not have any audio effects.
Yeah,
that's what I found out when I did Hardcore History.
He did. He was like, I used to do all of this effort into things that weren't me talking, and then I figured out it's best if I just talk.
And it's like, yes, man with one of the greatest voices of all time.
Yeah.
Who is
no read in that voice box.
You are, and I have all the faith in the world in Brian as a host and everything. But there are certain people in the world of entertainment that are one of one for various different things. And Dan Carlin has a very unique ability. And I don't know, it is both in his talent and just in the timbre of his voice, along with whatever performative affectation that he puts on, where it's like, I've never looked at a Hardcore History episode on part 1, seen that it was 7 hours, and then realized that there are 7 parts of this series and been like anything but like, yes.
Yeah,
there's more. It's more of a blanket that I get to cuddle myself in. But it's been awesome being able to get commentary from the greats in the industry. And
I look forward to giving completely useless advice. Like, I want people to say, like, I've got my first big appearance on whatever, and I'll be like, any advice? And I'll be like, why don't you eat fire? Stick a nail in one eye and pop it out the other eye. That's good at getting attention. Just go back in time and write a book.
Yeah, do what I did.
Yeah,
eat fire for 30 years and make a career off it.
Yeah.
I thought that was what you were gonna say with the visual stuff, is literally just like demo wordlessly eating fire while the podcast plays. Like,
that's not bad, but last time I checked, there isn't an entire subreddit dedicated to watching people eat fire.
True. Yeah.
But there is, like, just any of that brain rot, I think, would be good. Especially if there's a little bit of a narrative hook, like it's at a place that everyone knows or whatever.
Sure. Yeah. No, I think it'll be good. But anyway, getting on the Hardcore History thing, it made me really into redoing the script for the show we're working on now, the World's Greatest Con episode. I'm really excited about it.
Did you ever listen
to
that
effort into it?
Did you ever listen to that parody where he did Hardcore Game of Thrones, the guy? There's somebody who did.
I think you sent it to me at some point, but I was not a Hardcore History fan at the time that I listened to it. So I didn't really appreciate the nuances of it.
Well, what's funny is Dan didn't care at all about Game of Thrones. So it was lost on both of you. It was lost on you because you didn't know Dan. It was lost on Dan because he didn't care about Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So apparently it was just for me. That's probably why there wasn't more seasons of it.
But that being said, I'm very much enjoying Supernova in the East.
What's the story?
It's basically World War II through Japan's
got it. The Pacific
eyes.
Theater.
And so we're not even to World War II. It would surprise you not at all to hear that we are still 20 years from World War II.
You must first go back to the creation of fire.
Yes. And I am wrapped. I will take any and all elements of it. And it got me firing on just like, oh, okay, well, the episode of World's Greatest Con that we're working on now is something that I'm glad it's taken longer, because the version that we were working on would have been a little bit more like the Q-Ships episode.
It would have been
just
just a one and done, a little.
Yeah, well, whether it might still be one and done, it might be a longer one, but it's also it's an episode that involves subject matter that is more canonical to the Brian world, and specifically to the World's Greatest Con brand, that shouldn't just be a like, hey, look at this. Like it should be a much larger thing. And I was like, as I'm listening to like Dan Carlin, be like the shogunate is something that you need to understand from a military perspective. It's as if the policeman was your principal. And I'm like, oh crap, I need Brian to talk about this subject, which I know I'm blue balling everybody, but like I need 45 minutes on the career of this person that we're talking about from Brian's perspective before we even,
and also how everybody gets wrong this person's reputation.
well, just also, just the value of it. It is, when you think of World's Greatest Con, think of 5 names that you would think of. It's probably one of those 5 names. And so I was
Abraham Lincoln,
Con Edison,
Kanye West.
It's a great brand for being hated.
What's been
The Japanese Hirohito was the guy who loved Hitler.
It's a great brand for being hated. God, I can't believe it's not just tearing up the. I guess in Kanye world, it's like, oh man, everyone.
It's a catchy song.
Is it? Oh shit!
It's the most catchy song about Hitler I've ever heard.
By the way, shouts out to Ryer, who the moment you said that went to Wonky Vision. He took the MTV shot on this. That was a good move.
Yeah, it pains me to tell everybody that he's been making some straight trash.
Why do you have to make it a banger?
He's been making some straight trash for years now. This one's pretty freaking good.
Oh, that's
pretty good.
That's terrible.
It's pretty.
It's a
good.
great brand for being hated.
Is that Nixon?
Yes, it's me, your humble former president.
Oh, Richard, I didn't know that you were still around.
I only in spirit.
Oh, wow. So you're a spirit who keeps in touch with the modern music scene?
Sure. How do I go back? I have unresolved. Oh, can I tell you my pitch for a movie?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, did you like? Okay, you go downtown. There's an old hotel. Mm-hmm. What do? They got a ghost tour, right?
Sure.
So you get the ghost tour. Me personally, I'd be like, I'm sorry, I have a question. Yes, you in the back. Ghosts are real? Like, what the fuck? So that got me thinking about like try this out for a movie. Like, imagine you run ghost tours.
Okay.
And this is the first act. Is you got a problem though. All these motherfucking ghosts keep resolving their earthly problems
Because you are such a good ghost tour.
and you communicate so well with them, they get their shit handled and then they fucking vanish, right?
And now you have to wait for another ghost.
To show, right? And so now picture this, all right? So act 1, you got a tour coming in, and it's and Lou's like, hey, I think I can I can forgive my daughter. Oh, don't you dare, Lou. No, I think it's okay that she's gay. Oh, Lou, don't you do this. You know what? I was like, we got a 5 o'clock, Lou. And then, so first act finished. And then it's like, at the end of the first act, tours coming in, Lou vanishes. There's no ghosts. And so our main character has to be like, what am I going to do? There's no ghosts. We got a tour at 5 o'clock. Whoa. Slips on a bar of soap. Dies. Becomes a ghost.
Okay.
In comes some 17-year-old girl. Doesn't even believe in ghosts. She does a shitty job on the tour. And our main character is like, he has to convince her
that ghosts are real.
So he has to haunt her,
Yeah.
make her see. And then second act is all the difficulty of him trying to get her convinced or whatever. Finally, at the end of the second act, gets her to understand that ghosts are real and that this is a haunted hotel. But they only have 15 minutes before the Prince of Ahmadinejad is coming for the big ghost tour, and they got to figure out how to do it, and I don't know. Then the rest hijinks, and then they play yakety sax, but with ghosts.
First off, amazing. You're the greatest screenwriter I have ever met in my life.
I just canceled all of my 12 o'clocks.
Were to say, I need you to write my story, it would surprise me not at all.
Yeah.
Quick note.
Yeah.
All right.
Tiniest of notes.
So small.
Yeah.
Tinier than the Smurf's dick.
Yeah.
That's how small this note is.
Uh-huh.
And this Smurf is embarrassed when he's in the shower.
Set fire to the script.
Let's move everything that you're talking about in the first act.
Yeah.
We're moving it earlier. So this is now like
opening scene.
Yeah. Like it's him
at the peak. He's got it together.
He's such a good ghost tour guy, but he's happy that he's clearing out the ghosts.
Yeah.
Because he's got a dream for the old hotel.
Okay.
He's going to rehab it. He doesn't need it to be a ghost
we have a villain.
Well, maybe a villain. Maybe we find that out in the third act. I told you, you're the greatest to ever do it.
But you're the greatest to ever live. That's why we're replacing you as writer. It's really an upgrade.
But Lou, he gets him to realize, and now he's like, I did it. I did it. All the ghosts are gone. Now I can actually, I just mortgaged my house because we're going to rehab this hotel. We're going to bring it back to the glory that it always was. And meanwhile, like from heaven, like, and then because it's a comedy, and then the one dude from hell is like, you did it. Like, and then, whoop.
Yeah.
So now the hotel still sucks.
Yeah. But that's his
he's
unresolved business.
Yes. His unresolved business was he needed to rehab the hotel.
That has to be the ending, is he resolves his business, and just as he gets along with the new tour guide, then he has to go to heaven.
Yep.
But then, because it's got to be a franchise, the credits roll, but then they do that stop the credits. He's like, just kidding, I could go back whenever I want. Hey! And then rap music plays. And then they play Heil Hitler.
Well, Joe was a ghost at the hotel, and he got Luther to go to heaven, and then he slipped and died. But that wasn't it, because he had tried. Ghost.
Yep. How did we not use the MTV shot during any of that? Yeah. So
we can do it.
Bidding starts at $4 million.
Mm-hmm. Harvey Weinstein's back.
What? Did he have unresolved business?
Yeah, he's in jail, but he's
back in the news.
He's on the Candace Owens show.
Wait, how you're allowed to be on TV shows from jail?
It's the internet, so I don't know. I mean, I guess she didn't have standards and practices to deal with.
Apparently, she does not have standards.
Nope.
She's got Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein. A very sympathetic interview with Harvey Weinstein.
Go on.
Harvey Weinstein's like, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. They said I grew up with Gwyneth Paltrow. It wasn't me. They said I raped.
Oh, no. We made it a long time. We were able to talk about Kanye. We were able to talk talk about ghosts who are homophobic? We're able to do. We went so long, and then you go all Tony the Tiger on us.
In my defense, it wasn't me.
Senator Rand Paul, you get out of here.
He beat my ass on the front lawn. It wasn't me.
What is like? Is he a regular panelist? Or you're like, and now we go to the rapist point of view, Harvey.
Center square.
Yeah. It's like Disney's Pixar's latest is beloved by everyone, but
Let's go to the ever irascible Harvey Weinstein. Harvey, what do you think?
yeah.
Now we're all afraid to make the punchline.
Yep. It's
Yeah. Tony, please. No, yeah. So Candace Owens, part of what Candace Owens' thing is these days is kind of celebrity gossip. Well, that too.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a real 1-2 punch. And so she got really into the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni stuff, and now I think she's kind of on the hunt for like what is the white whale.
Sasquatch.
Pun intended when it comes to fat Harvey Weinstein.
Yep.
Like that I could side against famous women. Like,
Got it.
Because that's her lane is I'm the woman who sides against famous women
Right.
in a post.
That's a great brand.
And so she's like, what's the megaton explosion there? Let's get on the prison phone with Harvey Weinstein. And
Oh, so there you have a video camera in there?
yeah, they got a video camera.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. Whoops. He says he's still doing script notes in jail. His friends are like,
yeah, I'm doing script notes. Hold on. Let me get all of Hollywood on the line. Nope. Definitely not.
no.
Wasn't him.
I always joke that
I don't see him in the credits.
like Quentin Tarantino says he's
Maybe
only
he's
going
a
to make
ghost writer. He has unresolved business in Hollywood.
I've always thought that like Quentin Tarantino says he's going to make one more movie. And at some point, he's going to turn it into the studio and it's going to be 7 hours long. And they're like, I mean, it's Quentin Tarantino. He's a legend in the industry, but we can't put out a 7-hour movie. What are we going to do? And then somebody in the back of the room is going to be like, well,
There is one move.
there is one man who is able to edit Quentin Tarantino. And then big tracking shot from the Manhattan skyline over the Hudson Bay into Rikers Island, tracking like cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Did you miss me?
You finally, let me guess, Quentin.
In the shadows, you see hands coming in, scrapes a bunch of Oscars one way, scrapes a bunch of Oscars the other way.
Slide a MacBook Pro under. Final cuts open. Start with the 15-minute foot scene.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, that's all wrong. It's very wrong. Kids, it's wrong. I'm sorry, Brian's mom. It's wrong.
What?
Everything that we're talking about. It's wrong.
Yeah.
It's bad and wrong.
It's bad.
Bad and wrong.
It's bad. That's why it's important by leading by bad example.
Yeah.
If you don't know who to not follow,
Then you won't know how to not follow them.
then you won't know how to not be. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many negatives deep we are.
I certainly haven't learned to not know.
I think we all didn't not learn a lesson. Take it away, Senator Rand Paul.
Well, I'm Rand Paul, and I'm mowing the lawn, getting punched in the gut until I fawn, blowing chunks, and then I get kicked in the ribs. I'm not voting on the reconciliation bill. Rand Paul, son of Ron, I stand tall.
Oh, yeah, you opened it up now.
For Rand Paul raps.
If you want the full uncut version of the Rand Paul rap, then head on over to Patreon.
Send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Time Life Books. Or go to patreon.com/great night.
That's right. Also, you get access to the bones. We do 2 shows per week, but only one of them gets shared with the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
And if you... Hooray for the bones. Still negotiations. We're
Still
deep
don't
in
know.
negotiations on that melody. But boy,
once
them
it hits,
them
you know
lyrics
it.
are locked.
Hooray for the bones.
Hooray for the bones.
Rattle them. Rattle them.
Yeah. So the Ryer, you don't happen to have a game all teed up, do you? Because otherwise we could talk about other stuff.
I have a game all teed up.
He has a game all teed up?
All right, now you need to be louder, by the way.
Well, one second. I'll just make some more keyboard noises and
There it is.
microphone and there's that better.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'll hold it right to my face. Okay, guys. So, wait. Now I got to switch the. So many things at once. Okay. This game is called "The Cancer of the Internet," or Ryer deeply fucks up his search cookies and has to reset everything because he spent so much time on BuzzFeed.
Okay.
Oh, that's the cancer of the internet.
Yeah, it's listicles on BuzzFeed. And what I've done is
Yeah.
I have collected 15 listicles from BuzzFeed. And I have,
The top 15 listicles.
Wow.
well, yeah, and then I have selected some of the things off those listicles. I will read to you what those things are, and you two have to figure out what the title of the listicle was.
That's very listicles. That's very 2018 for the cancer of the internet.
It's BuzzFeed.
Although then
it's
again,
classic, yeah.
that's when the
Also-
former president probably knew he had cancer.
He okay. All right. Can we go there real quick?
Who said that? Is it? Whoa.
By the way,
Oh.
I read your email, your Substack.
Uh-huh.
Very timely, very fast turnaround on that.
Well, I do an episode on Sundays anyway, so
Yeah.
it's like I was literally sitting down to record and then that news broke.
I didn't know you were such a fan of M dashes.
Man, I write fast.
A lot of
I
M
write
dashes.
fast. I write fast, man. I write really fast. I think fast. I talk fast. I write fast.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes I don't even. Sometimes I read my writing and I'm like, damn, that's good.
you just got to M dash it off real fast.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think I've said this before, but I am primarily focused on creating audio and video. Substack is a platform that recognizes the written word.
Yeah.
And so either in my limited time that I have to spend, I can focus on the audio and video.
Yeah.
Or I can focus on the written word. And so the Substack text, which has, by the way, gotten way more commentary on it since we started doing this version of it than when I was writing it by hand.
Oh, yeah.
Is
Well,
just
and also it's accurate.
a written summary, a columnized summary of the first topic that I talk about.
Right. Well, and
With AI. So yeah, with AI. Yeah.
I am personally of the opinion that that is a fine way to go, and we're only going to get more of that. I think been thinking a lot lately about self-similar patterns, fractals, and stuff. And it's like the email. I am certain if I read the email and if I listen to the complete audio program, in either case, if I were to tell a friend of a friend what Justin's take is, the words that would come out of Brian's mouth after consuming either of those would be identical.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, very timely. But cancer.
Yep. Prostate.
Yep.
Just found it out.
Just
Friday.
Just found out.
To the bone.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
Had the president's level.
bit of an oversight.
The most cared for man in America.
Yeah. They somehow missed it? Wow.
Yeah, missed it.
Wild.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Most people say that for it to develop to that level, it's anywhere between 5 and 10 years.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that would be if somebody did know something.
Then there was that one time in 22 when he said into a microphone, I have cancer.
I'm
And then
sorry.
everybody said, oh, he was talking about this other thing.
You're like, that's just some of his unresolved business.
It's just Edgy's one of those classic japes. He's just funning.
well, let's go back to before then.
Yeah.
Back. Okay, ready.
Oh yeah. Okay. Great. So we got a game. Are you guys? So you guys get it right? We're all good to go.
Yep.
Okay. Great. So here are 5 things. You have to guess what the list is.
Okay.
When the waiter asks you if your food is okay, but your mouth is full of that same food. 2, buying an extra large pack of toilet paper and running into someone you know at the store. 3, when someone opens a door for you and you are a little too far away and you have to awkwardly jog to the door so they don't have to wait as long.
So I guess I'll go first. I mean, is it as simple as like 5 awkward moments we all encounter?
Ooh, yeah. So I might give it to you for that, actually.
All right, can I try to get closer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Moments when you die inside.
Ooh, boy.
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna tell you the
actually,
title.
can I get even closer?
Oh, yeah, dial it real
Joe
in.
Biden probably doesn't have cancer.
Yeah. 5 things Joe Biden's entirely healthy prostate says to itself.
Laugh too hard.
By the way, salute to Joe Biden. Sympathy to him and his family. We hope his treatment goes well.
Yes. Boy, we really.
Pause.
The thing you have to
There we
understand
go.
about Great Night is that it's all irony. When the Terminator comes for you. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so that one was 17.
The Wolves
17
come for us
things.
all, which is what the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to find out in the Western Conference Finals on ESPN and ESPN Plus.
I'm so thankful. I thought you were making an Oklahoma City bombing joke. I mean, might as well. Throw it on the pile. Throw it on the burn pile. I saw.
Fuck. God damn it, now I'm pissed. I can't remember his name.
Dan Carlin.
No, the Oklahoma
Joe
City
Biden?
Thunder man. A bombing man.
Oh, Timothy McVeigh.
Not since Timothy McVeigh has downtown Oklahoma City seen such bombs rocket. These from downtown. That Shea Gildress-Alexander and the rest of the Thunder will rain down on the Minnesota Timberwolves this week on ESPN and ESPN Plus.
All right.
This is a weird character. Hardcore history promos for the NBA Finals.
Ryer. What was the exact title?
That was 17 things that seem embarrassing, but actually have no business being cringy. I'm going to give that point to Brian, I think.
Okay.
All right.
It was
Number
a
2.
hot, sticky New York City afternoon. The son of Sam had stalked his prey, letting blood into the streets. The kind of violence that
Has
the New
anybody
York Knicks.
Has anybody done?
Can I just finish the fucking
Oh,
joke?
sorry. I'm not gonna get the punchline.
No, but they might.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Has anybody what?
Done a monster mash for serial killers. The BTK killer was jerking off. Jeffrey Dahmer was having a snack. Come on, that's not bad.
They did the kill. They did the serial kill. The serial kill. It was a real thrill. They did the kill.
Netflix and chill.
Respect to the victims and their families, but we thought it was a funny joke. Oh.
All right. Okay.
Jack the Ripper was strangling a hooker while Ed Gein was playing snooker.
All right. Ryer, you got another one? John Wayne Gacy was having a slash.
H.H. Holmes was in.
You know it's a good bit. You know it's a good bit when nobody can resist chipping in. It's a good bit.
O.J. Simpson was on the attack, but over his shoulder, the Zodiac. They did the kill. They did the serial kill.
Netflix and chill. It's, Sam and his son. All right.
Saying veggies instead of vegetables as if you are in such a rush you don't have time to say the whole word. Saying, here's the thing, to explain yourself, your situation, or to win an argument. Saying something is addicting when in reality you just like something. Captain Crunch isn't addicting, Greg. You just really like sugar for breakfast. Saying, happy whatever day of the week it is, as in happy Monday or happy Thursday. Not every day has to be a holiday.
Oh, wait. It's time to cancel these 12 sayings.
Things white people say.
Ooh, you want to lock that in, or you want to hear the last one and give it one more guess?
I'm gonna lock it in.
One. I want to hear the last
I'm
one.
locking mine in.
All right, last one is saying literally all the time, even when it's something being literal isn't whatever. Yeah.
Charlie Manson. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought we were still naming killers. Yeah, no, I'm going to say a blank number of things we all need to stop saying.
And Justin, what'd you say it was?
Things white people say.
All right, I'm going to give the point to Justin because that was, I'm LOLing at these things non-Americans say Americans love saying.
And we are majority white.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right.
We do be saying that though.
Yeah. Boy, the guy who created stuff white people say, what a ride. What a ride.
I don't remember that. What was
late aughts? He just had a blog, stuff white people say, and then it was just like
I know that was like a genre.
yeah, but there was like one
There was
dude,
like things my dad say, things girls say, things white people say.
Yeah.
We were really into what people say
Yeah,
back
oh,
then.
yeah,
we
yeah,
loved
yeah.
that shit.
yeah, and we wrote it in papyrus.
We big time.
Yeah,
We
but
were
then we all denied both that people
that we-
said those
anyone
things.
said anything.
And we
Yeah.
definitely didn't say
It
it,
was
in
a
papyrus.
silent. We were the silent generation.
That's right. That's right. We tried to retcon it with whatever that new Avatar font is. That's
Yeah.
what we were going for. It was a slip.
I don't think that those silent generations should be bragging about it because they had title cards in the middle of their dialogue.
Yeah, we got subtitles now, though.
It was pre-talkies for them.
Yeah.
They were just like it's not a cool thing to be silent if it's like, Martha, you whore.
Did you get caught up on Andor?
We are 5 episodes in, so we're apparently 2 away from it being good.
Yeah. No,
I will say
that's
that
accurate.
I like the second set more than I like the first set. The first
interesting.
set, the first 3 episodes, I was like, "Is Andor good still?" The second one, I'm like, "All right, this is still slow, but at least all the characters I like are in it."
Yeah.
Where the first one was like, "No, there's just a lot of scenes with like a bunch of new characters that I don't give a shit about."
I will vouch that the studio just gets better and better. I just did the Golden Globes.
How good was that Golden Globes episode?
Great.
That Golden Globes
Great.
episode is
Great.
amazing.
Actually, I like the one before it even better.
Which one was
the
that?
Casting.
That was amazing. That was so good.
And especially the gotcha twist at the end with Ice Cube.
Yeah,
it was great.
the studio I love. I think the studio is great.
Yeah, it took me a little bit to calibrate. Like, subjectively, I want to think something like it found its voice, but truthfully, my palate just got set correctly.
No, I do think it figured out what the show was.
Yeah, it really landed for me on that kind of light missing film canister one. The missing
Yeah,
reel.
the missing reel.
Yeah.
Yeah, the episode where it kind of clicked for me, because it's like a show that really knows what it is one where like it's kind of a down episode. You might be trying to save money on things or whatever. And this is a show that like does a lot of really expensive location shooting with a lot of famous people and stuff like that.
Like, at the Golden Globes.
Yeah. And so there's an episode where Seth Rogen's character, who runs the movie studio, goes on a date to a charity auction with a bunch of doctors. Mm-hmm. And it was like,
oh yeah, the pediatric oncologist.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, that was like, okay, the writing here is like really good. Seth Rogen's really good. It's a really funny concept. And it's like just that right level of awkward where it's like everything hangs in these like subtle jabs, like subtle disrespects that like you're dialed in enough to the characters that you're like, ooh, it's boiling. It's boiling. And like when you as a viewer are like all along for that ride, you're like, this is a good show.
Yeah.
I know this is going somewhere. And then like it's been just like banger after banger. The finale, what I assume is the first part of the finale, is really great too. It's good.
I watched Murderbot. I'm gonna keep watching. It didn't have the grit I was expecting.
You and Maine were like, oh man, that trailer was good. And I'm like, I thought that trailer looked like crap.
Oh, no. I thought the trailer was great insofar as it spelled out what it was going to be, but the actual thing itself, the problem, it's too early. I don't want to chime in until I've seen more of it.
Yeah. This bot man, is he murdering now?
No.
Oh.
You would think.
For a murder bot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I will say this.
Okay, you know what? I will say it. So it's like they got this wackety schmackety interdimensional cable aspect to it, which you could tell is supposed to be an offset. Let's have a little bit of levity to go with all the murdering and botness.
Yeah.
But the two shows are indistinguishable from each other.
Gotcha.
There's the wackety schmackety interdimensional cable and the wackety schmackety non-murdering bot. I don't know. We'll see.
Since we're just taking this into Television Corner, I did discover, because it got surfaced to me, because we are the same person and Reddit understands that we are indistinguishable in our interests. I have been surfaced r/The Last of Us 2.
Oh, the internet still mean. The internet still very mean. Bullying alive and well. Polite society, your feral grin comes back.
So apparently, friends, The Last of Us 2 from, I guess, was in its heyday because they hated the game. And now they hate the show.
For being like the game.
And also for not being as good as the game in the parts where the game was good. But boy, do they hate Bella Ramsey. Oh my God, do they hate Bella Ramsey. And most of it, like you mentioned it to me just by like, boy, do they find every derp face of Bella Ramsey in an episode and they make a meal out of it. Holy shit, were you not kidding? And now they've progressed. For those of you who are, whether or not you're watching The Last of Us, there is a line that I don't know. You played the game.
Yep.
Mild spoilers.
For
for the game and the show.
Yes.
In the game is the phrase, I'm going to be a dad.
Yeah.
It is in the game.
I don't remember it in the game.
Because it would make sense if it wasn't, because then that would be the white hot incandescent rage that subreddit
that would be across this line you do not tread.
Yeah, both involving Bella Ramsey. These are the things that subreddit hates the most. Bella Ramsey.
Oh yeah.
What they perceive as ad libs from Bella Ramsey, and lines that weren't in the game.
Yeah.
That they hate.
Also, weirdly, Pedro Pascal for things he didn't do.
I haven't been. Yeah. She says the phrase, I'm going to be a dad.
Yeah.
half of this subreddit's content is just Bella Ramsey superimposed onto other people's face, quoting famous lines from movies and television shows, saying adapted versions of "I'm gonna be a dad." So it was like Mount Rushmore, the founding fathers, like I'm going to be a founding dad. The water boy, when the dad comes back, like
You can do that.
Yeah, exactly. like I'm your father. Like, holy crap, do they not like her?
Yeah.
It is really, really mean. But I've been off Reddit for a while.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, I liked it. Mostly because I also don't like the show, but like I don't hate Bella Ramsey like they do, but like it was weird having been off Reddit for I've been trying to not. I don't have it on my phone, and so like
it
I'm
had
trying
been
to
20
stay
minutes
away.
since somebody told you what a thirst trap Luigi Mangione was.
Yeah, so it's like it was like, oh, like this reminds me of like peak Free Folk when they were just shitting on Game of Thrones for like 2 years after the show was
Slightly
off the air.
post-fappening, the peak of Reddit class.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people know they got tattoos of their behavior during that time.
What do you mean?
Oh, I mean, like just the fact that my guess is a lot of people are still using their accounts, having no
That would have
idea
likes and
that
comments
it's still
from back
on
in
the
the day.
record
Yeah.
how they behaved in that time. I assume the FBI loves Reddit because everybody's telling on themselves.
Yeah. And they're gonna be a dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hey, next question.
Sorry, I'm trying to think of a rhyme about Edward Kemper.
damn it.
Okay. When being alone makes you sad, but you would rather die than go out. When you are excited to meet new people, but you then shut it down so you can avoid small talk. When you desperately want to be invited to something, even though you know you'll never go.
Things
11
introverts do.
11 signs you're Gen Z.
You want to lock it in?
Yes.
I because remember this is 2018. So how much Gen Z content do you think was in 2018?
I don't know.
They were still bitching about millennials back then. But introverts. Oh, introverts.
Yeah, you know what? Let me hear another one.
When you eavesdrop on every conversation because you want all the juice, but don't want to join because you don't want the drama. And when you spend hours at a coffee shop because it's kind of the best of both worlds.
I'll stick with signs you're Gen Z.
All right, that was 16 things that will make all extroverted introverts go.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Now people didn't bitch about Gen Z until post pandemic
Okay.
because they were just like,
I was doing it before it was cool.
well, yeah, because you actually had them.
Back then, I was calling them my children.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, stop skibbitying this toilet.
Yeah. We gotta get my daughter a job. Yeah. Yeah. You're trying to think of a serial killer too?
Yep.
All right, Ryer, what else you got?
Would you fuck me? Right.
God damn it. Transphobe.
Movies in theaters, overblown weddings, brand name, over-the-counter medicine, antivirus software, and blue check marks on Twitter.
Oh shit. Things that were officially over.
Say it again because it wasn't that long.
Movies in theaters, overblown weddings, brand name, over-the-counter medicine, antivirus software, blue check marks on Twitter.
Things that the pandemic killed? No, because this is pre-pandemic, right?
Mm-hmm.
What were the first
well,
three
no,
again?
Proof Joe Biden
Doesn't have cancer?
yeah.
No Joe.
I think blue check marks are mid-pandemic, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, like
I think they still exist.
yeah, they're still blue. They're still checking.
Yeah, but you didn't start paying for them until someone took over, which was post-pandemic.
Joe
Yeah.
Biden.
I took over Twitter.
Come on, man.
Could I do that if I had cancer? I don't think so. No joke. For real.
All right. What's your guess?
They check your prostate. Tried to buy Twitter.
No.
Got my hand up there. So feel around. It's okay.
Ryer
My
saved
father said, Joey, don't buy Twitter. They're going to stick a finger up your butt. And I said, Dad, I can do it.
That's where he learned how to lick backs.
Don't you do it, Joe Biden.
Don't you do it.
Don't you get your back licked.
Don't you lie about cancer and get your back licked.
Oh, God.
Oh, he's doing it. He's lying about cancer and getting his back licked. Damn it, Joe.
That was people are exposing the money traps everyone falls for, but are actually a total waste of money. And I've definitely fallen for one or two of these. That was the name of
What was the list again?
Movies
Overblown
in theaters,
weddings.
overblown weddings, brand name over-the-counter medicine.
Okay,
antivirus
first of all, brand
software,
name over the counter.
and blue check marks.
Rumble, bumble, bumble, bumble,
Bumble, bumble, bumble. Let's go dating. Grinder.
Grinder bumble.
I'm just gonna give Brian the point because
Seems fair.
it matters.
Seems just.
Just a quick reminder that I still own Brian Brushwood, totally paid for TwitterBlue.com. If anyone.
Oh, good.
Okay. If we don't want to go, we say a place is closed for the day because we made up a kid named Derek who has thrown up or peed everywhere. I'll change the language setting on the TV and tell them they can't understand what's going on because they're too tired and need a nap. They're scared of the vacuum cleaner and hide whenever it's used. So I vacuum way more often now than I used to, just so I can get a moment to myself.
Oh, shit you do with your kids. Or
No,
sneaky tricks.
Sneaky tricks
play
you do-
on your kids.
No, you play on your parents. I'll go with parents.
Yeah.
All right. That was 16 parents are sharing their wildly unhinged tips for dealing with toddlers, and these are both useful and hilarious. Yeah.
I'll just tell mine she's going to hell if she doesn't do what I say.
Also, that hell's real.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for real. Hell's really real. You know what she's doing now? She learned how to wave
Whoa.
in the last 48 hours.
No shit.
Yeah, it's adorable. She just goes,
Audio listeners, you'll know.
Fuck you! You'll never know what he did! Oh, these prime childhood memories denied to you! Your ear canals are useless with this visual gag!
Oh no! I can't believe you did that on video.
Okay, so I've accidentally lost my list of who's winning, so this last one's for all the marbles.
Oh, good.
Eddie Sedgwick, Anton Yelchin, Angus Cloud, James Dean, Sharon Tate.
people who done died.
Yeah, people who died before 30.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brian wins.
Yeah.
These are 13 promising actors who died before they were 30, and it's truly heartbreaking.
Yeah. Anton
R.I.P.
got done in by his Jeep.
Yeah.
He got pinned between his gate and his Jeep.
How did Sharon Tate go? In song.
Jeep?
In song.
Jeep. Jeep related. I actually, what was Sharon Tate? Oh.
No. You for real?
No.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Sharon Tate?
No.
He's a serial kill. He did good kill.
Squeaky Fromm was
no,
in
really?
his house.
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it was
As
Manson.
Jack the
Yeah.
Ripper was
Okay.
quiet as
Yeah.
a mouse.
I was
Manson
thinking of
family.
the right
yeah,
one, yeah.
Manson family. Yeah, that was the whole Once
Yeah.
Upon a Time in Hollywood.
In Hollywood, yeah.
Yeah.
Which wow, never had whiplash like I did in that movie. I was over that movie, hated it. The exact amount I hated it, suddenly loved it with all my being.
Yeah, I loved it the whole time. It was great. And also it was like one of like the last pre-pandemic movie experiences.
Yeah.
And then everything went bad.
But now it's good again.
Now it's good. Everything's amazing. It's good. Everything's great. Walking down the street saying, wow, hey, it's great today for you and me.
Man, we went places.
Wait, are we not done with the game?
I don't know. He said that was for all the points.
Oh, was that for all the points?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought that calling a game "Cancer of the Internet" would
Yeah.
go over so well? Really entertaining.
I mean, people are going fucking nuts about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
right,
they-
chat?
Yeah.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
Hey, right?
No,
Right?
bonkers.
Bananas.
Zapruder.
Bedlam.
Zapruder. I'm just gonna
It's
make
going
that my
Zapruder.
I'm just gonna make that my go-to.
Yeah, it's a-
like, oh man, it was just Zapruder.
It's hitting everything like a magic bullet.
Yeah. Can you believe they sold a kitchen appliance called the Magic Bullet?
They did, yeah.
We have one.
And all you think about is like,
Oh, killing JFK.
is
constantly.
JFK getting killed? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that
where do you keep your magic bullet?
In the magic
in Connolly's shoulder.
Feel like we ought to wrap her up. this is we're for our own safety.
maybe it's in Connolly's shoulder, babe.
So somebody can click and clack on the line. I'm like a ghost with unresolved problems.
It's got more layers than a wedding cake made of bean dip, babe.
Yeah. We learned that there's a opening in the parody song market.
Yeah. We learned that we respect the former president's recovery.
Yeah, we learned that you don't mess around with the Ginsu and you don't piss off Senator Rand Paul because you
Or his neighbor.
yeah, or
you
his
can
neighbor.
piss off Rand
I
Paul
was
all you
about to
want.
say actually
Yeah.
he's probably pretty upset
Yeah,
when his
yeah.
rib.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but he didn't like beat him up himself. He just got his ass kicked.
Yeah,
Did we ever find out what happened to him? Maybe he got thrown in Gitmo. Maybe Rand Paul's really, really into personal freedoms, except for that one time that he told Trump, like, hey, by the way, this neighbor, though, does need to go to El Salvador.
John Smith
I
in
think
the
he's-
chat
I think
says
he's
Weird
into
Al
Tren de
retired.
Aragua.
I don't know if I believe that.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been doing it for a minute.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem like the type to announce a retirement.
Also, it's like,
Like, was he
He
going to
doesn't,
not
like-
be funny anymore?
yeah, but like,
Because you know he's next up it'll be parody TikTok ads or something.
Yeah, but also it's like he can tour now forever as long as he wants to do it. Does he really want to be cranking on like a Sabrina Carpenter fucking parody? Like, no, he doesn't want it.
It's like that scene from the studio where she's like I'm rich and famous. Awards are all that's left.
Yeah. I mean, like, I did see an interview with him recently, so I think he's doing some kind of rounds.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's had like a biopic made about him. Like, he can just be Weird Al. He'll always be welcome on any
you know
show
what?
he wants.
We'll allow him. We'll have him on Great
He's
Night.
allowed.
Yeah. That'd be
You're
great.
Weird allowed to retire.
The correction is Weird Al is literally starting a tour right now. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. We learned a lot. We learned that we need a lullaby to play. I'm gonna set up buttons. I'm gonna set up buttons that'll play music.
Like for you or for Ryer?
Well, because like Ryer does.
He doesn't have the buttons.
Yeah, normally there'd be a lullaby playing right now.
No, you're supposed to talk.
We learned hooray for Mike TV. Thank you, Ryer, for switching. Thank you to Joe Biden for your service. Apologies to Kanye, Candace Owens, Tony the Tiger. That's listen to we parodies of Monster Mag. We have BuzzFeed articles, listicles. Thank you to Dan Carlin. Now I just want to hear the rest.
You gotta see the thing.
We'll see you next Tuesday. Die in a fire. Diamond Club hopes you've enjoyed this program. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.